Well, hi everyone, it's Catherine. Today I want to touch on a really sensitive topic, as you read in the title. Are you too sensitive? And why is this important? Sensitivity can be a huge energy leak for you. Okay, so let me start with some background. So when I was younger, I was told all the time I was too sensitive, that I was, taking things personal, the cafe au lait. I was being a drama queen and too emotional, and it truly was like I realized that I was picking up on people's energy, even like environment energy, like let's say people had made love or they had a big fight in a room. I would get into a room and I could sense that. And I at the time I wasn't able to interpret what that meant, but I know that I could just feel this energy. And even in a conversation with someone, I would you know if the energy would shift, I would feel that, and then I would wonder, oh, is this my fault? Like, am I not? Hey, Oliver, are you too sensitive? This is a really interesting topic. So I would feel the energy shift, and I would think, oh, is it me who has nothing to say? Am I not dressed properly? Like, is there like I would turn it against me, and that sensitivity would become a leak, an energy leak, instead of being an asset. So I've had a very pivotal moment of realizing how this sensitivity can be such a big asset, an important thing in feeling, so that being sensitive to what the body needs. This is how I healed myself from Lyme disease naturally, by feeling that connection with my body, feeling the connection with my mind, right? Like being sensitive to what is it that I'm putting in my mind, and is it expanding my energy, or is it contracting my energy? So having that sensitivity there, and then sensitivity to soul, of hearing soul, of like, okay, what is the best decision that I want to make in this situation, right? So here's what I'm inspired to do, because for the longest time I've been able to crack people's shell open. Like, there was this running gag when I used to be a nurse practitioner. People would sit in my office, and after 5 minutes they would start crying, and I didn't know why. All I was doing is asking them questions and being with them, right? So and there was this running gag with the nurses, and they were like, what, so and so cried with you? Oh my gosh, how did you do that? And I'm like, I don't know. People just sit in my office and they start crying because they start telling me stuff that has been repressed there for so long. And that's when I understood how these repressed emotions that came from sensitive awareness, they get stored in the body, and they create discomfort, they create dis-ease, right? And then it can go all the way to illnesses. So I had a client this morning. He was having and it was an in-person session. He came to my house, and it was so powerful. And throughout the work, because there's some work I can't do over the phone or the internet because it's just so powerful, he was just crying and going like, why am I crying over stuff that happened 20 years ago with my mom, with my dad? And we're like, well, this was stored in your body for so long that now you're ready to release that and to move that emotion, to move that energy. Emotion is energy in motion. And now you're ready to release that. So for him, that sensitivity was so repressed for such a long time that it created disharmony in his body. And then we took that sensitivity and harnessed it for him to have clarity over what that meant for him, and how to use this energy in such a way that he could move forward in his business, in his personal relationship, in his intimate relationship, with his well-being. So there's some really deep untapped power in the so-called too sensitive parts of yourself. So I need your help a little bit here, because I'm going through some changes in my business and my personal life, and I really want to incorporate more of that sensitive part, because this is the core of who I am. And for the longest time, I've repressed it through doing all kinds of bold, daring stuff, you know, being a hang glider pilot, traveling the world by myself, and being so independent and strong, and being like, yeah, I can do it all. And repressing that sensitivity, because for me, it was a sign of weakness. It was a sign of like, oh, this is like feminine stuff, and I'm not so feminine, but it was weakness in my mind. But now I understand, oh my gosh, no, this sensitivity is key for awareness, and this is what I'm inspired to do with people, is help them gain clarity over what this sensitivity is telling them in their life, in such a way that they can alchemize this sensitivity and harness that power to create harmony within body, mind, and soul. So I'm curious for you, if you resonate at all with what I'm saying, what does sensitivity means to you? Like, when you think about sensitivity, do you think about something that is expanding your energy, like something that is really creating like, oh, empowerment, like I use my sensitivity to move my goals forward and to be healthier and to, you know, in my relationships? Or does it feel something that is contractive, like, oh yeah, I don't want to be a sissy, I don't want to be a wuss, I don't want to be that sensitive that, you know, people are going to point at me like, this is a sensitive baby, right? So tell me, what else comes up when you think of sensitivity? And here's the thing, right? If you've been sensitive, let's say all your life, and the sensitivity has drained your energy in such a way that even there's some situations or people or thoughts that you don't even want to approach, because you know how it makes you feel, it drains your energy, but yet know that this stays inside of you until you bring it up to the surface and you alchemize it and you harness that energy in order to harmonize your body, mind, and soul and live your most optimal life, right? So instead of it being an energy leak, now it becomes an asset and something that is powerful. Like, if you were to tune into a situation where you feel like you were so sensitive that you lost your power or your energy, what did that feel like in your body? Like, I know for me, when I lose power like this, there's like it's almost like an energetic faucet in my back, and it goes, psh, right? Like, it's leaking energy, and it's almost like a water tank that gets kind of drained. I feel the energy draining from me, like, right? So it's like, and I feel like weak and cold chills coming into my body. That's when I know that I'm leaking energy everywhere, and because I'm being sensitive to something and I'm not able to gain clarity over what that is. So the key is to close the faucet before I lose all my energy, and then gain clarity over that. And what is this message? What is this sensitivity about? So that I can harness that power and transform it into something useful in my life for me, and then for others. So tune into your own body. When that happens, notice what happens as power is leaving your body. And I would love to know in the comments, because when you state that, when you become aware of that, it's the first step to transformation, to alchemizing that which it has the potential of empowering you in all aspects of your life, right? In your health, in your finances, in your career, in your spirituality, your connection to God or the universe, in your relationships, right? And I find that people will lose a lot of power in the relationships aspect of their life, right? Because they're picking up, and maybe that's you, maybe you've been picking up on other people's energy, and you don't really know how to interpret that and how to harness that, so you've been repressing that. And it just becomes like a touchy subject, or something that you don't even want to look at. But just know that whatever you resist will persist, and whatever is repressed in your body will remain there and can create problems in your body. It's the science of mind. It's the mind-body mindfulness, mind-body connection science, which, you know, these phenomena have been present for like centuries, millenniums, and the science is just starting to back this up with, you know, how the molecules of emotions turn on or off certain genes in your body to express different proteins. It can even change your DNA because of the proteins that are expressed or not. So know that how you feel, again, I come back with what something means to you will determine how it feels, and then how it feels will determine your biology. It's going to change your body, it's going to change your DNA, your cells, and then from that place you're going to take actions that are either expanding you or contracting you. Right? Does that make sense? So Oliver, Caroline, Melanie, thanks for being here. And yeah, I'm really curious if you can help me out here. I would love to know what the sensitivity piece means for you, and how do you notice it when the power is leaving your body, or because you're picking up on something that you're not really sure how to interpret. And that might be the meaning, like at the root cause of like the emotions and then the action is the meaning that you give to it. So if you're being sensitive to something, you're giving it a meaning also. And sometimes it's a meaning that is influenced by your programming, your beliefs, how you were raised as a kid. So anyways, that was my 2 cents for today. I hope this was useful to you in noticing and just bringing that awareness piece of what is this sensitivity bringing into your life. Is it expanding? Is it contractive? What happens in your body? Put it down in the comments. I would love to know, and tell me what sensitivity means to you. So with that being said, I will bring my empowered sensitive self into my horseback riding course tonight. I'm really excited about this. Thank you for being here, and I look forward to sharing more with you. So take care. Lots of love. Bye.